let's talk about Timothy Tillman then, because obviously we talked about Malik getting that award for the Young Player of the Year in Scotland. Congratulations to him. That's a very big deal, especially when other players vote on it. It's always meant a little bit more when you win those types of awards, your peers, as opposed to the journalists or whatever when they give you awards. So, but Timothy Tillman was he came through Greuther Fürth in Germany, and apparently when he left to go to Bayern's youth academy, the Greuther Fürth sporting director said that was the most talented player we've had in 30 years. He ended up working his way due to injury and stuff happening, going back to Greuther Fürth, helping them get promoted to the Bundesliga. They ended up going right back down. But now he's made the move to LAFC, playing for a guy that should be running for mayor in Germany, Steve Cherundolo, who knows the German player mentality quite well, of course, given his playing experience, and he's thriving. He's thriving as the number 8. And I think the highest praise that we can give to Timothy Tillman right now is that he's pushed Jose Cifuentes to the bench. Now, Cifuentes played, 30-plus games for LAFC last year when they won the Supporters' Shield and then MLS Cup. He had 7 goals and 6 assists. And so for Cherundolo to actually give that much responsibility and trust to Tillman when Cifuentes is sitting right there is quite interesting, and I think really speaks to how well Tillman's been playing. Now, he is an 8. Chuck will come to you because you're super hot right now, and I want to get you as raw as possible about Timothy Tillman. He's now saying he's going to make the one-time switch to the U.S., from Germany to the U.S. Is there room for Timothy Tillman, who's 24 years old, to really push those other guys, or is he just going to replace the Kellen Acostas as the next guy up if somebody gets hurt? Is that where you see it?
One, I love this switch because if you said he could make a push for 2026 and get into that lineup, I would say yes, because he's a step above everyone else for sure, no doubt. If you said Timothy Tillman 2026 is actually could break in, facts. Kremaski and Ruiz and Buck, no. What do you mean why?
Why? He's having his first good season of his career
because of his talent. What do you mean why? Because of his talent level, because of his experience. That's why. He's already been in Europe. There's a big difference between a Tillman and Kremaski and a Tillman and Ruiz, or a Tillman and Buck. Massive difference. Watch them play. You can see it with your own eyes. It's not even close.
Okay. Heath is our LAFC expert. What are you saying about Tillman?
I mean, what do you want me to say?
Are you pro Tillman making the switch? Are you excited for him? Do you think he has a chance to break into our team? In
like the argument around Tillman? No, I mean, absolutely. He's got quality tools, but Charlie's saying that this guy's going to knock off MMA in our midfield. This guy is going to knock off MMA. This guy, 24 years old, came from the second division in the Bundesliga, and Steve Cherundolo made some good points. He'll be 26. Yeah. He'll be 26. Not unknown, not a kid, not a child, not developing. We see what his ceiling probably is, what he could be. I understand what a coach said. I understand what the coach said about him being the best talent in 30 years. And you think this guy's going to knock off MMA?
No, I think
no, that's what you said. You said that. You said that. I mean, I do think he's got a much better chance of making the 2026 squad than these young kids that are like 17.
No, don't you dare now. Don't you do a you now.
No, don't odds now.
Equation.
No.
After you pass up Kremaski and Ruiz and
I'm talking about. I said now. If I look at him now, where he is 24, yeah.
Look at him. He's doing a backspin here.
What I'm talking about with those guys.
Rewind the tape. The tape.
He's in a dryer right now.
What I'm saying to you is that it's really easy to take the side of MMA over 17-year-old kids right now in their first professional season. That's a really easy position to take. I'm not saying you shouldn't take it, but when I'm talking about Tillman, he's 24. It's a lot more predictable to know that he could make the 2026 squad with what he's showing now.
Okay.
Because of what he's showing now.
And what those young players. What is he showing now compared to what those young players are showing now? In, mind you, just 2 years of where they are now and where they need to be in 2026 compared to where Tillman is now and what he can be for 2026.
Because these are young kids we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means we don't have any idea what their ceiling is. I'm talking about volume of players right now. One of these kids could be a star. We're not seeing it now, but they're 16, 17, maybe 18 years old playing consistent first team minutes. We've seen players like a Tyler Adams start at that age and make spectacular jumps over a couple of years. Tyler Adams was a couple of years that he made a massive jump where he went to Europe and made a huge jump as a player. But he was playing consistently, and we were saying, yeah, he's good because he's 16. He's good because he's 17. And then we're like, dude, this kid's good. And we saw that early on, but nobody could have predicted his trajectory in the period or window of time that he had that, right? That he's literally one of the first players you put on the team sheet for Leeds when he's healthy.
No, anyone around him in the league also saw that he had that in him. There's a big difference because you saw Tyler Adams and you said that kid is special. He is the guy. He is the way he plays.
You've brought up Noah Buck almost every single week the entire season so far.
Yeah.
And you're saying he doesn't have an upside to be a Tyler Adams?
I didn't say that. I said 2026. That's too soon for Noah Buck. As good as he's playing right now. 2026 is too soon for those players you listed. That's my point. Because you said of those group of players that you said can come in and make some noise in that 2026 team. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they can't be superstars. They can't go to Europe. They can't do this and that. I'm saying 2026 is too soon given the players who are in midfield right now, the pool. None of those players can break in over that unless there's a number of injuries and a number of players who just completely fall off the planet. That's what I'm saying.
I love this comment here from Andy.
Well, at least it's set in stone. We're going to find out.
Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp are now on In Soccer We Trigger, as Heath said in our little comments there. It's the new name of our show. Let's move this along because I think I want to get your guys' raw takes on this Landon Donovan versus MLS situation in San Diego, because for everybody that doesn't know, Landon Donovan is the head coach, president, owner of – he's like the Chuck Davies of Boston, you know? Like Chuck's got his hands everywhere. He owns everything. But so Landon Donovan has at the San Diego Loyal, but it doesn't look like San Diego Loyal is going to be involved with this MLS expansion team that potentially might get announced here in the next few weeks. What's interesting, though, is that MLS named their MVP award for Landon Donovan. It's called the Landon Donovan MLS MVP Award. So I just find that to be like the vibes aren't right there. If they're going to go to San Diego, it's interesting. And so I wonder how this all plays out, or if there's just some political gamesmanship here. Actually, I'm going to turn it to our business expert here, Heath Pierce, who lives closest to San Diego out of us three. Heath, what are you hearing on the ground there?
Well, I'm here on the ground, just reporting live from
Snapdragon Stadium.
And it looks like we're going to have ourselves a little bit of controversy. No, I think, look, we've seen this before. If you go back 15 years to the New York Cosmos, the New York Cosmos walked around New York for months and years talking about how they were going to be the second team in New York for MLS, right? And they didn't have the firepower that City Football Group clearly have. And they didn't have the ability to execute that. So somebody else came in. I believe San Diego, or maybe the same ownership group or another ownership group, was going to or have been bidding for Major League Soccer based on the ability to build out a stadium and all these other things. I don't know if that's specifically the Loyal or if it was another group that Landon was part of, but if you remember, they turned down the ability to build this like sports park. That's all part of the market. So they went into again, I might be getting these timelines completely wrong in terms of how it started and where it's at now. So I don't want to speak too much on that. But the reality is now you have the Mansour Group out of Egypt that have the Right to Dream Academy. They acquired Right to Dream, which includes FC Northland, my former club, the Right to Dream Academy in Ghana, as well as what they're building now in Egypt. And they're trying to then continue that on a border city for the United States. It sucks for San Diego. It sucks for Landon Donovan. It sucks for all those things. I just don't know whose bid is more important or more impactful or what it all means, because I haven't seen the details of all of that. But it's not the first time that it's happened before. Multiple bidders trying to get a single bid in a city.
I'll jump in and say that they're asking the expansion fee could be $500 million. And I don't think that the San Diego Loyal are willing to pay that much, whether they have it or not, I think. But that's what I'm hearing. And then the last expansion fee was Charlotte, and they paid $325 million to get into MLS. So 500 would be a very significant jump. Obviously, a very desirable market. I guess, Chuck, do you think San Diego is the market we should be going into? I know there was Vegas, Sacramento. I was heartbroken for them because they had plans to really do it. But again,
they didn't have what they needed was a Mansour in Sacramento. If they had somebody who was willing, because what ends up happening, it's not $500 million. It's 500 million. And then it's capital call year after year. And you need somebody with a certain level of financial capability to pay those losses year after year. You could, whatever, however you do the business side of your, some clubs could break even or whatever, but you've got to meet the capital call every single year. And Sacramento never had that person that was willing to write those checks. Sorry. Go ahead, Chuck.
No, go ahead, Chuck.
I think San Diego would be massive. And yeah, I feel for Landon Donovan. I think he's obviously probably got some ownership in San Diego Loyal, so it's time to probably sell those shares. But it's we remember going to Chula Vista as kids, and I just felt like San Diego always deserved a professional team, especially being so close to Mexico and having such an influence with the youths in this country. And I just feel that it's the right spot. I mean, not to say that we couldn't get another spot in. I'm seeing the comments here, Phoenix or Las Vegas. I know Michigan, because they were getting 100,000 when Liverpool played there a couple of years ago. There are a number of spots throughout the country that could be hot spots. You could get another spot down south in the Midwest for sure to continue to grow the game, but you can't go wrong with San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players will want to play there too.
There now, so it'd be nice.